Operation Spectre Rising is a little different, actually no, scratch that, very different from our previous operations here in Black Ops 4. And this time, some major elements of the operation were cut in half, including the overall time allotted for the contraband, and also the amount of contraband itself, as there is now only 50 tiers instead of 100 or 200, like what we have seen in the past. And a lot of this is due to Spectre Rising being split into two parts, with Spectre Rising being part 1 and Days of Summer being part 2. And with the Days of Summer event, Blackout in particular is going to be receiving some major updates and changes, so today we're breaking down everything we know about the Days of Summer Blackout update. What's up guys, Zacker Immortal here, welcome back to the channel, and thanks for stopping by. All operation long, we're going to be seeing brand new updates, items, and other content added into BO4, and we are of course going to be covering it here on the channel, so if you are a part of that 74% of viewers who aren't subscribed to the channel, and you would like to stay up to date with everything Black Ops 4 related, feel free to hit that sub button, and while you're at it, turn on your post notifications. That way you'll always know when a new video gets uploaded. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that like button, as it does really help out. And now let's get into the Blackout update for the Days of Summer event. For starters, since today's video is going to be all about Blackout, I figured it'd be worth mentioning since I have gotten a ton of comments about it recently. Alcatraz for PlayStation 4 is coming back, and it's coming back tomorrow in a new and improved fashion. Pretty much ever since Spectre Rising went live, everyone on PlayStation 4 has been freaking out since we didn't have a respawn mode available in Blackout, as both Hot Pursuit and Alcatraz were removed, but no need to fear. Tomorrow, when Alcatraz comes back, it'll feature various environmental updates and mantling improvements added to aid player travel, a lighthouse foghorn effect that'll play at the end of each wave spawn delay timer, and also a fix to an exploitable area on the map. Now, Alcatraz aside, let's talk about what will be coming to Blackout within the Days of Summer event, as this will presumably be the next biggest update in line for Black Ops 4 here in just under a month from now. According to the Spectre Rising roadmap, Days of Summer in and of itself is going to feature new Blackout modes, new map updates, new weapons, and more. And for a more detailed breakdown of all of that, I did post a video the other day talking about what the Days of Summer event in general is going to hold for Black Ops 4, and you can find that video linked down in the description below and on screen at the end of the video. But as far as Blackout specific updates go, really the new modes and new map updates are where we're going to focus for the majority of this video. Alongside that, in the Spectre Rising roadmap, we can also see our in-season updates for Blackout in specific, which are listed as Ground War, Attack Helicopter, new weapons, new equipment, and more. So, crossing over between those two areas in specific on the roadmap, new weapons does sit in both the Blackout in-season updates and also the Days of Summer updates. And this is likely referring to the addition of the Ballistic Knife and the Mini 14 or Vendetta Sniper, which presumably will be coming in the 50 tiers that the Days of Summer event should be adding to the black market when it goes live. So that update in and of itself is pretty basic, I'm not gonna lie. The rest of these updates though, not so much. Ground War, one of the most highly requested modes here in Black Ops 4, is finally coming to the game, but not in the way that most people were thinking. Of course, Ground War has been a multiplayer mode in the past, and a very popular one at that, but Treyarch outright confirmed that Ground War will not be coming to multiplayer, and that this is going to be a Blackout exclusive mode. Now, with Spectre Rising, the two most detailed Blackout modes are Bounty Hunter, which we currently have available in-game right now, and also Ground War. And seeing as we are going to have two parts of Spectre Rising in total, I think it would make the most sense to see Bounty Hunter debut in Part 1, Spectre Rising, and for Ground War to debut in Part 2, Days of Summer. Now, what we know about Ground War so far lays out the mode as a 50 versus 50 chaotic battle in which two teams will duke it out and the last team standing wins. However, for this mode, team killing or friendly fire will be turned off, so you don't have to worry about that one rotten apple spoiling the whole barrel. So that's probably one of the most significant parts of the Blackout Days of Summer update, but there is also still a lot more to this update as well. We also know new map updates will be coming with the Days of Summer event, and while this could be referencing the addition of Hacienda Twilight over in multiplayer, it could also very well be referencing some changes coming to the Blackout map mid-season, like what we saw during Operation Grand Heist with the spring map update. Of course, we are currently sitting in a stage where water is everywhere, and seeing as the Blackout map is still in the spring season, as time goes on we could see it transition into summer, and if and when things do begin to heat up, we could see this water start to recede and evaporate, returning the map to a more normal state. So that is one potential outcome with these new map updates. The other is a bit more extreme in the sense that we could start to see some rebuilding or some alterations being made to those main areas affected by the water. That being Hydro Dam, the farms, River Town, Factory, and also Cargo Docks. And honestly, either of those options, or to be frank, even both of them in unison, do seem pretty possible to me, and we will definitely gain some new information about these map updates in specific as time goes on, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated when the time comes. Now, let's talk about the attack helicopter portion of the in-season Blackout updates, because this is something that I think a lot of people are worried about, yet it is a relatively unknown feature. I mean, we can make some assumptions based off of what seems to be the most reasonable, but aside from that, we don't really know a whole lot about this addition. But I can say right off the bat, no, the attack helicopter is not going to be a kill streak or a score streak in Blackout, because that would, probably not go over too well at all. However, a helo similar to the little bird, but with a machine gun equipped to it, honestly doesn't sound too incredibly terrifying in the grand scheme of things, as it would still probably be taken out relatively easily by a rocket launcher or a light machine gun like our other vehicles on the map right now, but it could be utilized in certain situations to definitely gain an advantage over your opponents. And honestly, I would say the sheer fear factor alone that accompanies the idea of an attack helicopter within Blackout is probably going to be one of the strongest aspects of this vehicle, as the thought of getting sprayed down from it is probably going to be a lot worse than the actual reality. Whether or not this gets added in with the Days of Summer event, though, we're not entirely sure, but I'd say unless we see another mini event like the Shamrock and Awe event last operation, the Days of Summer update would make the most sense from a content standpoint. Finally, let's talk alternative maps, because according to Charlie Intel, one of the most credible and trusted sources for Call of Duty news and information, a brand new Blackout event will be coming to the game at some point during this operation. And this brings up a couple of interesting ideas, because if this experience is to be anything like Alcatraz, once again, Days of Summer, scheduling-wise, lines up the best, seeing as Alcatraz was added in the second half of Grand Heist, and the same would be true if this new experience were to be introduced with Days of Summer. It also seems like there's a lot of emphasis on this particular event specifically, much like how Alcatraz was promoted as its own little event or experience in and of itself, which kind of makes it seem like this new experience could be replacing Alcatraz, or at least adding in another new alternative map into the Blackout universe for us to explore. And this is really where I want to hear from you guys. When it comes down to possibly adding in another new map for Blackout, if it were to be based on one sole location like Alcatraz is, what map or area would work the best? Let me know down in the comments below. Of course, the Blackout in-season updates and the Days of Summer tab on the roadmap as well do both feature the "and more" listing, which honestly, at this point, that content is really just a guessing game, but one would assume we'll see some more new limited time modes added in and some older LTMs return. For instance, we do know Downed But Not Out is scheduled to return during Operation Spectre Rising, and we still haven't heard anything about Ambush 2.0, which was originally planned to go live back in April. But unfortunately, we don't really have any idea as to when these new and old limited time modes could be coming to the game, so we can't confirm whether or not Days of Summer will specifically feature any of those aforementioned things. But with that said, that is everything we know about the Days of Summer Blackout update as of right now. While the specifics do all kind of fall into a gray area for the time being with multiple outcomes in play, the general ideas regarding what kind of content and features will be introduced with the Days of Summer event seem to be all out on the table. However, that is effectively going to wrap things up for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it would be much appreciated. And if you are brand new here to the channel and you want to stay up to date with the latest Black Ops 4 news and intel, feel free to hit that sub button and click that bell icon to turn on your post notifications. That way you'll always know when a new video goes live. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.